Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Battle video. In this video we are going to take a look at the performance of the Bright Hope Strength Super Saiyan 2 Trunks Teen in the Extreme Super Battle Road Hybrid Saiyan stage. So this Trunks pretty much did a review on him, a very good unit. Lots of versatility, lots of options, and very good with or without crossover units on the team. So a great unit to use and to have, and I thought we could test him out in the, Hybrid Saiyans Extreme Super Battle Road, really see how he handles one of, well, not one of the toughest stages, but a very tough stage, a very strong stage. And yeah, we'll just see how he performs, how well does he do, and if he can handle the heat. We'll test him with an item, with no item. We'll see what his damage is like, and we'll discuss, realistically what his best, position is on the team, and where he really lies in terms of performance. But yeah, Trunks, based on the review, very good unit. Obviously, just to run over what he does again. So Trunks has attack and defense of 150% when performing a super attack. He also has an additional attack of 30% and defense and a chance of a critical hit of 15% per crossover ally in the turn. He will also give all allies attack and defense of 25% and an additional key +1 and attack and defense 15% per crossover ally. So the nice thing about this guy, the versatility of his link set is really solid. And we'll be able to see just how well he does defensively in this stage. So we'll pop an item. Obviously we've got one running, so we'll just see how he does. We saw that he's got 58 or 60,000 or so defense. Obviously not the greatest, just right off the bat, but remember it's going to be multiplied by 150% when he hits his super attack, so it will jump up quite a bit, which is obviously very good. So overall, I think this guy is going to be a very solid unit, and I think he's going to do a lot of really good work overall. Damage wise, maybe not too great here, but still doing some decent damage. Obviously we made him target the type favorable unit, but he does stack his attacks, so those two super attacks are going to make his defense way higher for the next turn, which is going to be a really good sign. So Trunks, yeah, one of the things obviously with him is just the functionality of his build. So if you have crossover units, obviously you want to build them additionals. If you have non-crossover units, you obviously want to focus a bit more on crit. I think a split is generally okay if you plan on making him all-purpose. However, you should definitely only use additionals if you are going to have heavy crossover teams that you're going to focus on him on. But I think Trunks isn't limited to only crossover teams. He can work on any team. I mean, we're running him on Hybrid Saiyans here, and he's just functioning really well. So yeah, I think, honestly speaking, Trunks is super duper good. I think he's a great unit, and I really like what he brings to the table. The 25% flat, support for the rest of the rotation is very good. The one key helps out his diverse link set with Saiyan lineage, royal lineage, prepared for battle, sharing the limit, and even Golden Warrior, does give him a lot of key for the rest of the rotation, especially teams like Hybrid Saiyans, which are quite diverse in terms of their builds. Things like time travelers and all those sorts of teams. That extra key, the diversity in the key link set is really good, and does help out quite a bit. So we're going to pair Trunks up with Trunks, just so we can, that's kind of the rotation we want to take on through. You can see that Trunks has stacked up his defense a little bit, so we'll definitely get a good idea of how Trunks performs here, and just how well he does overall. It is just one of those things. So yeah, obviously big damage on the physical Trunks, but there are no items here that we're going to be using for this turn. Luckily Trunks took a type disadvantage super. 1.7 million still, so not the greatest, but getting a really nice crit, which is really good. And yeah, we're just seeing Trunks do some good work. Remember, he is providing the rest of the rotation some buffs, which is really quite helpful. The ability for him to buff the rest of the rotation is just going to help out with synergy and just obviously their performance as well. So you can't only evaluate based on his attack stats. I think ideally I would have him function as a floating unit more so than having him function as a main rotation unit. I don't really think there is a massive amount to gain from having him as a you know, as a, how do you say, like a second rotation unit. Like, he doesn't have to be a main rotation unit. I definitely think he has a lot of viability, but just as a set standard unit, doing his thing, letting him motor around, let him provide support to multiple rotations. Third slot, his defense will be more than fine, and that means you can have a little bit more flexibility in terms of team build, which is obviously really, really good overall. So for me, yeah, I think like we're seeing a good performance by Trunks. I think we're seeing a really, really solid display by him, and yeah, you can see the stacking for 3 turns has improved his defense a lot. He's going to get progressively better. He's now hitting 2 million, which is really, really solid. So honestly speaking, just a really good performance so far by Trunks, and I'm quite happy with how he's doing. I think he's doing good work. I think he's doing a lot of good work. And for me, you know, having floating units that have such high defense and provide such good support to the rest of the rotation, I think is the main priority here. It's not so much about Trunks being the main focal point, but it's about imagining him providing those, you know, attack stats, providing that very solid defense as a floater, as a unit that you can just leave in that last slot, who's going to just beef up the rest of the rotation. He's going to give them key, he's going to give them attack and defense, he's going to make them function better, and he himself is going to perform very well in that second slot. So here we have a pretty solid rotation. We will be using a Princess Snake just so that we can have some sort of defense, and we'll pop an Icarus, and then in their next return we will leave them with no items. So we'll strengthen up for 2 turns, see him probably take no damage, and then we will see how he does without an item. That will allow him to just build a stack. In terms of like performance, obviously if you bring a crossover hybrid Saiyans team, you're going to be seeing a much better version of Trunks, especially as a floating support. You can't really deny that or kind of change that functionality of him, but I mean overall an incredibly solid unit. Again, good attack stat. This isn't a rainbow unit, so if you rainbow him you will see even better returns on the unit, which is something I think is really, really good. And so yeah, just really, really awesome stuff. To be honest with you, I have no problem with his performance. I think it's been really good. I think it's been great. I think he's bringing a lot to the table overall, and I think for me the versatility in his link set and the ability for him to function specifically without crossover units is really good. Like it is something that's really, really awesome and a really good ability to have, because when you have units that are very good but are super isolated to one team, be it that they get all of their buff from one team, very similar to the Tech Trunks, who, you know, without Dragon Ball Heroes is a good unit, with Dragon Ball Heroes is one of the top units in the game. It's something that's very difficult to evaluate. Trunks, this one, the Strength Trunks, is a unit that is good on all teams, regardless of whether his full passive is personalized or catered to or not, which for me makes a good unit. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everything we need to see. I really don't think we need to see anything more from Trunks or anything like that. You can see here they've managed to stack up defense quite a bit. A very good rotation this, by the way. The physical Kid Trunks is also very solid, especially once he gets his first super attack going and things like that. It's a very, very good unit. So yeah, we're just going to see how they tank attacks and everything. So the main aim is to see Trunks take double digits. Obviously taking a super would be not so great, but you know, it is one of those things. It's also good to see what that damage is. So we'll see that Trunks finish off Raditz. He takes 232. This Trunks 1.8 million. Good attack stat, good damage, double digits, very good. And then he's going to take a super attack from Nappa and 182k. So very good. Not too bad actually without an item. But I think that's everything we need to see. So let me know what you guys think. Do you like Trunks? If you do, like the video. Otherwise, leave a comment on any thoughts or opinions. And I'll see you next time. So until then, take care, stay safe, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye!